This is the Florida Senate Democratic Update.
The governor continues to make sure his friends profit from bad laws passed during the 2011 legislative session and all the costly legal challenges that come with them.
That's my problem with all of this, is that we are using taxpayer dollars to, for lawsuits that really should not even happen.
Thomas A. Scully has been the governor's friend for 20 years. He's been helping Scott throughout his controversial career. Scully was a D.C. lobbyist representing Rick Scott's HCA, the nation's largest for-profit hospital chain. When he took a huge pay cut to become the head of CMS, the federal agency that oversees Medicare and Medicaid, the connection became totally clear. Then came the U.S. Justice Department's 5-year investigation. Justice concluded that Rick Scott's HCA overbilled taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars. Scully recommended that HCA pay a paltry $250 million in fines. Outraged, Republican Senator Charles Grassley told the Justice Department it was clear that Scully was thwarting enforcement. Rick Scott's HCA was ultimately fined $1.7 billion, the largest fine in U.S. history.
It's just all too tied together. It's just all too connected for me.
Scully announces plans to leave the agency about the same time the huge fines against his former client are made public. He joins a New York investment company and becomes senior counsel at Alston and Bird. In 2008, Scully's appointed to the board of directors of Solantic, the for-profit drug testing healthcare facilities owned by Rick Scott. Now, at Scott's request, Attorney General Pam Bondi hires Scully's law firm, Alston and Bird, as very expensive outside counsel.
When you have the interconnection between the law firm and the exorbitant amount of law fees being paid, it doesn't pass the smell test. We don't go into this with clean hands with this firm.
Bondi waives the state's legal fee limits, authorizing payment 2.5 times the state rate. That's $500 an hour, with a $500,000 cap that can be continued indefinitely.
This is the second time we've been able to uncover it. It makes me wonder. Now we're starting to look back and look at all of the lawsuits and the firms that are representing the state and the firms that the state's doing business with, and what type of contracts do we have with these firms? And then two, why are these particular firms being chosen?
Both Scott and Bondi see nothing wrong with the deal.